All right, it is time for the first mow. It has been 16 days, I believe, since I mowed, and we did our seeding. And so today's video is going to be all about the first mow, how to know when to mow, as well as we're just going to kind of go through some different spots and look at spots that I seeded and how they're doing, and spots that we were having trouble with before we did our fall rehab. But first I want to address something, and that is that I kind of got killed whenever I did my seeding video on my PPE. And so from here on out, I am taking no more chances. I am taking my PPE very seriously. Outside service area. What? They won't let me use it. That's a bunch of crap. Alright. Well, apparently my house is outside the area you're allowed to use these scooters. Does anyone ever use these scooters? These things are so much fun. So, oh well, moving on. All right, so before we talk about the first mow, I have got a few spots that I want to show you in my lawn where I seeded, just to give you an idea of where we're at. And so it's been 2 weeks since I seeded, or I think maybe 15 days, I think I said, it's been since I mowed. So I want to show you this spot right here, because this spot right here was seeded from dirt. And so as you can see in here, the blades, I mean, this is coming in really, really nice, but I want to show you that when the blades come up, so all cool season grass pretty much looks the same whenever it first starts growing, and I'm sure I'll have some smart butts in the comments say that they can tell a difference between the grass blades of newly seeded perennial rye versus tall fescue. I can't. I think it pretty much all looks the same. It all comes out with kind of the same lime green color, thin blades, but once you start mowing is whenever it really starts to take shape of what it's going to look like. And so as you can see in here, you can still see down into the soil, and that's what I want to tell you is don't panic. You don't need to think that this needs to be thicker and come and put down new grass seed, because once you start mowing it, the blades will start to widen and thicken up. It'll start to tiller out and send up new grass blades, and this will all fill in. You won't even be able to see that soil here pretty soon. As for some spots that I overseeded, if you remember in my video I did the dethatching along this sidewalk right here was kind of my test spot where I was trying to see how low I wanted to put the power rake tines, and I tore up a ton of this grass here. But as you can see in here, it's coming in really nice, and there's a lot of new baby grass in here all along the sidewalk here. Down in here you can see all that baby grass. So overall, I am very happy with the results of our overseeding. So here, just one more spot I will show you. This was a bare area, and again, baby grass coming in, really, really nice. This will continue to thicken up and grow and fill in. And so pretty soon, this is going to be looking really, really nice. And overall, so far, this compared to what it looked like on the day that I power raked, money. All right, so this is coming in super nice. This is very thick. Might honestly be a little too thick, but it's getting very tall. And I seeded this from bare dirt. If you remember, I did a video bringing in all this topsoil. And so right now, just to show you, this is new grass. The blades are really thin. It hasn't really started to tiller out all that much, which it will as I continue to cut this. But right now the color, it does not match the rest of my lawn, even though this is the same exact seed as the rest of my lawn. And so that's what I want to show you, is that when it comes up, pretty much all grass, it kind of has this limey green color to it, but the more you continue to mow, it will change. It will thicken up the blades, it will send up more grass blades, and the color will darken up. And so right here, some of these grass blades in here, most of them it looks like about 4 inches. Different parts of my lawn, even different parts that I seeded, are different lengths because they get more sun, less sun, they hold water longer. It's all different, so you kind of just have to figure out overall when is the best time to mow your lawn, and so that's what I want to talk about. So we definitely want to cut this grass to shorten the existing grass to get the new grass. How many times can I say grass in one video? Give the new grass a better chance to get sunlight and grow. The 3 ways to know when it is time to mow. 1, your existing grass gets too long, and as you can see, mine is getting too long. So I cut mine at 2.75 inches, and right now some spots are up to 8 inches, which is way too long. But most of the spots up here are actually only about 5 inches. And so 5 to 6 inches is about the spot where I like to cut it back down. If your new grass is up to, I would say about 1/4 inch taller than you plan to cut, and so some spots my new grass is up to like 4 inches or so, I'm going to cut to 3.25 and bag it, and then here in a few days I'll come back bagging it again, cutting to 2.75, so it's a double bagger, and that's where I'm going to maintain it the rest of the fall, is at 2.75. And the other thing is, if you have leaves or other debris falling on the lawn and you cannot get them off unless you can mow. The leaves are starting to fall, which I hate, but I've got quite a bit of leaves on the lawn, and if my grass was not ready to be mowed yet, I would just come out here with a blower and blow it all off. No big deal. If you're going to do that, just don't apply direct force down, kind of hit it at an angle so you're not, you know, tearing a bunch of grass out. I would not come in here and rake it unless I absolutely have to, but I am going to bag my mow. I pretty much bag from this point forward in the fall, just because I don't like to chop up the leaves. I know they can be good for the soil, they can give nutrients back to the soil, but I just kind of like to get them out of here because I don't like to leave the little clippings on the lawn. I just don't like the look of it, so I'm going to bag it up. All right, so real quick, I want to give a shout out to Aiden of A's Lawn and Landscaping. He has a YouTube channel. He's like a 14 or 15-year-old kid. Sorry, bro, I don't know exactly how old you are, but thank you so much for the shirt, and I want to support this kid because he has got such a good work ethic for his age, and he's got a YouTube channel, he's got a side business, and he puts a lot of things from his business on his YouTube channel, as well as a lot of DIY homeowner tips and tricks it's very fun to watch. And so if you have not already, go support him. I will put a link in the description below to one of his videos. Go click on it, hit the subscribe button, and on the video, go in the comments and tell him that the Lawn Whisperer sent you. It's time for a mow job. Do not fill up your mower on the lawn, ever, for any reason. All right, so what's the verdict after the fall rehab? Thick! Overall, I would say we are looking nice. I'm so happy. Happy to get a mow on. Actually, I'm not gonna lie, I hate the first mow after seeding because the ground is still soft from all the watering, and you just feel like you're gonna kill everything. But I promise you, you're not. If you be careful, go easy on the turnaround, get on, get off. Don't be laying around or rolling around on it and doing anything you don't need to do on the lawn. If you need to mow, mow it and get off and move on. So that is gonna do it for today's video. Looking real nice. So next up, we've got some more fert that will be in the next video, and I've got some really exciting things I will talk to you guys about probably at the end of that video. I will see you then. All right, to end this video, I had a request to show an update on where I killed the Bermuda that was coming in my lawn. And so here is the spot that I sprayed. I sprayed all along here and killed the Bermuda, and then I reseeded it. And so we've got some creeping Charlie and some other stuff coming in here that we'll take care of, or the winter will take care of. But for now, it's coming in really nice. I have not seen any signs of Bermuda coming back. And so if I haven't at this point, we are now getting down into 70s and then down. So I probably won't see it the rest of this year, but I can guarantee you it will be back next summer. Then about 3 weeks before I seeded, I'll try to put a picture up here of how awful this looked the day I seeded. This was completely dead. There were a ton of brown spots in here. And so we will get in here and show you where I seeded. As you can see, I mean, there's still, if you look down in here, it's still brown, but there's green grass coming up through here. All along here, there's baby grass coming through. This entire thing was pretty much dead. And then you see all this green baby grass coming up through here, getting pretty thick. And so overall, this is gonna look very, very nice. I had spots all in through here. Here's one. There's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one. You know, 3 or 4 spots over here. I mean, scattered throughout. I had little patches of Bermuda popping up. And so, like I said, I killed those 3 weeks before I seeded. I believe the Fusillade and Triclopure combo needs 14 days, and then you can reseed. And then I reseeded 21 days later. So it's working out pretty well.